When I was 18, I had absolutely no idea what I was doing. I was down to my last $600 in my bank account and was completely lost with absolutely no guidance and no direction in life. All of which led me down the rabbit hole of reading dozens of books, trying to pick up any knowledge that I could possibly get my hands on. Now I'm able to make an absurd amount of money online from the businesses that I've grown. And if I had to start over from the time I was 18 and completely broke, I would do things way differently. So in this video, I'm going to reveal the 3 things that are non-negotiable for any 18-year-old looking to improve themselves, make your first $10,000 to $100,000 a month online by intentionally building your dream life. If I had known this, I would have gotten started a lot sooner. Now, this is not a follow a morning routine and just take cold showers, get off TikTok, because you've heard all of that advice before. Instead, today, I'm going to show you exactly what I would do differently that actually works, and if I could go be a teenager again, exactly what I would do. Coming from someone who spent 7 years growing online businesses, who started as a teenager. Now, something I wish I understood earlier is that you can control the changing seasons. With every business venture that I've done, with every relationship I've had, and even the course of nature, the seasons change. These seasons happen in every area of life. When you go through a painful breakup, a couple months later, you'll come back stronger and more mature than before. After a failure in business, you'll have learned a lot of the lessons that you needed to in order to make it to the next level of success. These are the seasons of reaping and sowing, of giving and getting. And controlling these seasons is how I've found disproportional success for my age. The more time that I spend in seasons of learning and gaining education, facing failures and sowing, the better the seasons of reaping those rewards are. Now, when I was 18 and broke, I realized that the job that I had cooking noodles wasn't going to pay me the kind of money that I wanted to make or provide the lifestyle I wanted to have. The goals I set when I first started were to earn over 7 figures in profit each year, retire my mother, buy back my freedom and time, and be able to do it all from my laptop. Now, after looking around at the jobs and career paths, I realized that I had to start some kind of online business where I'd have more leverage over my time in order to get those desired outcomes. The thing is that with businesses, there's time for building it, and then there's time for using it to make profits. I've found that the longer the season of building is, the better the payoff in the end. When I started my business in 2019, I was eager to skip right to the earning stage, but I simply wasn't ready yet. I was trying to go straight for earning money without building the character that can earn the money. If you could skip directly to the money phase, everyone would. Instead, you have to build the character who's capable of building the business that can earn you the type of money that you want. It's the only reliable way that I've found to actually get there. You can't go straight for the money, and you probably can't go straight for the business either, but you can go straight to work on leveling up your character and becoming the business owner, building that mindset and building all of the habits that go with it. Any business would crumble and fail if it doesn't have a good leader behind it. The only way to earn $10,000 to $100,000 a month is by becoming the type of person who can make $10,000 to $100,000 a month before it's realized. When I started my business back in 2019, I felt like a complete failure because nothing was working. It only grew after I started building myself into the business owner character. I started implementing habits and routines and started thinking like a business owner. The building season is completely in your control. This doesn't mean that you're not going to earn anything in the meantime. It just means that you're intentionally laying the strongest foundation for who you're going to become in the future. A lot of people have absolutely no problem spending 4 years in a building season at university, only to leave with tens of thousands of dollars in debt and a career that might not pay them as much as they originally thought. If you could spend 4 years building a business and leveling up your character, you would see absolutely insane results. How you decide to position yourself before you start earning will dictate how much you'll be able to earn over time. This building season is for taking risks, investing time and money into the character that you want to become. Every dollar and every hour that you invest starts working towards building you into the person that you want to be, even if you don't see the immediate return. That first day, day 1, is essential so that you can eventually get to day 1,000. The building season is for acquiring high-value skills, reading and downloading knowledge, testing out several business models, and also, very importantly, optimizing your environment. Look, if you're able to sit down and bang out a 4-hour focused work session, it's better than working 16 hours a day in a terrible environment. Your environment impacts how well you're able to perform and how effective your work is while you're working. An environment with a lot of distractions or people that suck away your energy will, simply put, cause you to grow slower. Now, when I was starting my online business, I would like to put some kind of show on in the background while I got my work done. Usually some kind of anime or something. And what I noticed was even though I wasn't actively watching it, it would still distract me and slow me down. It's hard to cut out these type of distractions because they're usually some of our favorite habits. But deleting them will enable you to sit down, lock in, and bang out a 4-hour work session with extreme focus. And when you can do it that way, you end up working a lot less because the hours that you are working are so much more focused and effective. Your environment dictates your behaviors and habits. When your Xbox is turned on next to you, or you're getting a lot of Snapchats, or you can't stop doom scrolling, you're going to have a much harder time working on your business. Now, your inner world matters just as much as your physical one. Your mental environment is affected by the people who you choose to let in, the people who you're learning from online and spending time with in person, and it's all of the content and media that you consume. You have to protect both of your environments from distractions that try to steal away your attention, which is your most valuable asset. When I started weeding out all of the distractions from my life, getting rid of my phone while I'm working, making my desk an enjoyable place to sit down and spend time, making sure that my timeline on social media is healthy and doesn't distract me even further, these things are the habits that high-level characters do in order to protect their attention. So try to eliminate distractions from your environment, at least around a 4-hour work session each day. Now, attention itself isn't that valuable unless you're able to channel it into something. This is where a season for building meets the optimized environment. When you have these two things together, we can channel all of that attention into growing an income-producing business. This makes the perfect time to test out several business models and feel out the one that you vibe with the most. Now, there's business vehicles that are much more profitable than others, some more passive than others, but it's ultimately up to what you're able to commit to, and it's much easier to commit to doing something if you like doing it. For me, I knew that I would vibe with the dropshipping business model the most. I wanted to have location freedom, uncapped income potential, time freedom, the ability to work from my laptop, and I didn't want to have to hire any employees right away. On top of that, I wanted a passive style income once the business was built, but I also needed to start something that was as low cost as possible. Again, I only had about $600 to my name. All of this criteria led me to find Etsy, where I started my first successful online business. But after you pick the right business vehicle for you, if you keep switching back and forth, it's like starting back at zero. You need to pick one and stick with it until it works. As soon as you've picked and committed to a business vehicle, all of the other businesses and money-making opportunities become distractions. Picking one is kind of like getting married, at least in the short term, where you can't go chasing after another business looking for a sexier or quicker scheme. The fastest way to build a substantial income online is by picking one business and doing it so well that failure happens less and less over time. The more focused you are on a single business, the quicker your success will come. To me, picking the right business vehicle that fits your needs and interests is essential to success. Now, I've got a whole video that you can check out for picking the best business vehicle for you, which you can watch after this one. In my opinion, one of the most well-rounded businesses that's simple to start and requires a low amount of upfront investment and can be scaled according to your schedule and run semi-passively once it is scaled is Etsy dropshipping. This was the best decision that I did make back when I was broke. If you're between the ages of 15 and 27, this is one of the best businesses that you can start. And honestly, any age for that matter. We should all be familiar with dropshipping at this point, but Etsy allows us to start essentially for free, or at very most, maybe $50, and it unlocks the ability to sell dropshipped products, print-on-demand products, and digital products all in one place while leveraging the organic traffic that Etsy drives to its site. The setup is very simple. If you're interested, you can download my free 9-minute quick start guide, which will get you set up with a shop, a professional email, business name, and all ready to sell in under 10 minutes. Then all you have to do is load up the shop with products to sell. You have the option of selling dropshipped products with AutoDS, print-on-demand products with Printify, or digital download products right on Etsy. Personally, my first 7-figure shop was a print-on-demand shop that just sold t-shirts. Dropshipping on Etsy is all about making high-quality listings for the products that you're selling, and then getting them to sell is the fun part. Etsy's a marketplace platform similar to Amazon, but far less competitive. And they're driving hundreds of millions of monthly visitors to their platform that are ready to buy. The primary reason we'd want to start on Etsy instead of Shopify is to take advantage of this free traffic. Just by using algorithm-friendly SEO and titles and tags in our product listings, we can take advantage of the Etsy search algorithm and get sales without having to pay for ads. Because I was broke, this worked out for me. This is the exact strategy that I teach here on my channel. Once I truly got focused on this one business model, my income absolutely exploded. And the longer I've stayed focused on one business at a time, the more successful I become at it. If I had the ability to go back to when I was 18, I would follow the exact same path again, but do it a lot smarter. I would build the character I needed in order to build the businesses that I wanted to build. I would eliminate distractions from my environment, and I would pick one business and stick with it until it worked for me. And that's exactly what I would do if I was 18 and broke and had to start over from scratch again. Etsy dropshipping is how I made my first $1 million online by the age of 23. So if that interests you and want to learn how you could use it to make your first $10,000 a month online, you can watch this video next. And as always,